Hi. Hi, that was a weird hello. I wanted to just real quick before work share another or post a little video about self-care and INFPs. And I had one like this that I posted a while back, but I just thought I would do another one because I got really sick over the weekend and I had to go to the hospital. And I was in something called DKA because I have type 1 diabetes, and it was really awful and bleh. So I just got released yesterday. Um, and it just made me think about how we need to take time to take care of ourselves and our health and stuff. And sometimes, as INFPs, and I think other personality types too, we just forget to do that. So today there were just one, two, three, yeah, four aspects of self care that I just wanted to briefly touch on that might help INFPs. The first one is, like I said, health. Um, I know with myself as an INFP, I tend to not focus so much on the details of life the way other personality types do. Like when it comes to paying bills or remembering, for example, as someone with type 1 diabetes, remembering to check my blood sugar, completely forget that. In fact, I'm pretty sure one of the reasons why I got so sick is because there is like this certain type of insulin I'm supposed to take like at night, and I just forget. I forget to take it at night. Or another thing I will do, honestly, is I'll look at it and be like, I'm tired. I'll do that tomorrow. And you keep doing that like over and over again. And before you know it, it's like months since you've taken the insulin that you need to take or the medication or whatever. So for us, it can be really difficult to like stay on top of the little things in life because we are dreamers and we do tend to focus on the big picture sometimes and only on the select details that will lead us to our big picture goals. So that's something that can be kind of like a self improvement thing to remember to focus on the details in life as well. Um, but it can also lead to self care, or it can be viewed as a form of self care as well, because doing that can ensure that we're taking care of our health the way we need to. And for other people who don't have like chronic illness, that could mean like just taking a walk or going for a run every day, or like remembering to like, like I guess making healthy choices when it comes to what we eat. Because usually INFPs love to snack more than other personality types. A lot of us have a weird obsession with food, but like maybe making healthier choices when we want to snack on something. So, health is a huge aspect of self care that we as INFPs can maybe work on. Another aspect is to remember to advocate for ourselves. Like a lot of times, especially for younger INFPs, there are people who in our life who, for some reason, they try to make decisions for us. They try to tell us what to do. And even though we have this huge independent streak, sometimes we don't stand up for ourselves when we're with these people because we're so used to them sort of controlling us. It could be a friend, it could be a parent, it could be someone else, someone who we just love and care about, but they assert control over us, and we continue to allow that to happen. And sometimes, even though this person cares about us and they think they're being this way for our benefit, sometimes they make mistakes. And of course, it's not okay for someone else to completely control another person. So to make sure that we don't fall into this category of INFP that I'm talking about, to make sure we kind of protect ourselves in that regard, we have to remember that a part of self care is to advocate for ourselves. So And I don't mean like if you're a hello, somebody just logged on or hopped in. Thank you for watching this, first of all. I didn't think anybody would watch this. But when I say this, I'm not talking about like, let's say I'm 15 and my mom and dad want my curfew to be like 11 p.m. And me standing up for myself and advocating for myself would not mean insisting that I come home at 2 in the morning. That's not what I mean by this, because when it comes to the parent child relationship, if I'm under 18 and I'm an INFP, yes, I want to be independent and I need to be independent. I do. But because I live in my parents' house, I may have to wait a few years until I'm out of their house to do some things my way, because that's just the nature of the parent child relationship. But for those of us who are INFPs, who are adults, 18 and up, um, while we do want to take advice from other people and take what they say into consideration, it's really important for us to remember that we have a right to do our own research on things, to have our own opinions on things. And when my opinion is different from someone else who cares about me, it's okay for me to say, thank you for sharing that with me. I'm going to do this my way, but I really appreciate you for sharing this with me. So we can still be kind and gentle with people and yet advocate for ourselves. For example, this thing happened at the hospital. When I first got there, there was this, I don't know if she was a nurse, some kind of healthcare worker, who was really rude. Like one of the first people I saw when I got there. And she didn't even know my case really. She started like fussing at me about not taking care of myself. I didn't know this woman from Adam. So I did stand up for myself and I told her she needed to be more empathetic when she speaks with people, especially to people who are sick and whose body is failing them at the moment. You don't yell at a person at that moment, especially when you don't know what other chronic illnesses they have or what else is going on in their life that may have brought them to this point. So, and I gotta say, everybody else at the hospital was like super great. She was like the only bad apple. Everybody else was awesome. But yeah, so it's okay to stand up for yourself and advocate for yourself and tell someone to back off. The third aspect of self care is that as INFPs, we typically need to have some time to ourselves. It can be very draining for us to be around large groups of people, even though we love people, um, to be around in that kind of setting for like a really long time. So if you have to be around a lot of people for a really long time for one reason or another, it might be good to take a day for yourself. Use that day to like hang out with yourself, like go on a date with yourself. Just be alone, process your thoughts, and like rebuild some of the energy that you lost from having to live like an extrovert for a while. And then the fourth aspect of self care that might be helpful to INFPs is the other end of the spectrum, which would be to spend some time with close friends. There are people who, when we spend time with them, it helps us to heal. And it can be a two-way street. Like we help them to heal because we listen to them and they do the same for us. So even though we need our time alone, it's also great to have time with close friends who really care about us and who are willing to listen to us and who respect us. So, making sure we reach out to them, that's really important. And to do so, like, with the goal of not just, I need to talk to you about all my problems, but to do the same for them because it kind of helps us. Like, have you noticed as an INFP that when you help to quote unquote heal someone else, it actually helps to heal you? That's something I've noticed. Like, if I listen to a friend who's having, a bad day or a really bad issue, and like just really listen and then try to like hug them through it or whatever, like I feel better we both feel better. I just feel like a new person after that. So yeah, so it's good to, spend time with those good people in our lives. So yeah, those are just the 4 aspects of self-care that might be able to help INFPs when we are in a little bit of a slump or something. And we're like, I don't know what's wrong. Things don't seem to be going right. Maybe one of those things that, like taking care of our health a little better, learning to advocate for ourselves, especially if we have someone in our life who's very controlling, spending enough time alone, so we have enough energy, and then spending enough time with close friends who really care about us. So those might be some things to look at. What are some other forms of self care that have really worked for you as an INFP? Please let me know. And the lighting in this video is horrible. I'm so sorry about that. But thank you for hanging in there and watching. And thank you for stopping by, Zalvert. And I hope I did not say your name wrong. I'm sorry. I'm a dork. Okay, bye.